With the virus crisis that's been underway for the last few weeks and stands to go on for a good time longer, um, I'm I'm faced with a certain dilemma with this channel because I do want to address things that are happening right now that I think are really worth talking about, that you're not going to hear from the paid media. And I've spent some time discussing those things. You can go back, look at the videos that I've recorded over the last couple of weeks. You can see that I've addressed a lot of this issue, and will continue to do so. But I am going to be talking about more than just what is being pounded into our ears and pried into our eyes. The way that the anti-hero of A Clockwork Orange was tortured in that movie. Tortured by watching all these images, and they kept his eyes pried open. You can close your eyes, you can turn off, you can unplug, and that, I think, is a necessary thing to do. And I'm going to be addressing other things that are relevant, other things that are interesting. I'm not just going to be all virus crisis all the time. What I want to talk about today, though, is something related to the crisis, and it is the propaganda that we're starting to see get rolled out. And I really want to call your attention to this. This is something that I see as particularly insidious. A lot of propaganda, of course, is insidious. It's meant to operate, on a subtle level. It's meant to enter our subconscious without us actually thinking about what we're mentally ingesting. And what I've seen many times on social media, primarily from this channel or that channel, I've seen a public or a semi-public channel, I've seen this phrase used, and maybe you've heard it as well. It's about healthcare workers, and it says, "We go to work for you, so you need to stay home for us. We go to work for you. You should stay home for us." All right. Now, what makes this insidious, propagandistically speaking, is that, there is truth mixed in. Healthcare workers are doing heroic deeds. They are brave in many cases. They are putting themselves in situations where it's always been the case. There are nasty diseases that have been going on for eons, and people who care for those who are sick are in some ways on the front lines. And so these people deserve our respect, and it's certainly legitimate to solicit respect for healthcare workers. The problem is what is subtly attached with this message. We go to work for you. You need to stay home for us. What they are saying is that if you do not imprison yourself, essentially, if you do not go into your house and not leave your house until you are told otherwise, then you are bad. Then you are reprobate. Then you are hindering the efforts of these heroic healthcare workers, and you should be ashamed of yourself. Now, again, this is stated subtly, but it's very much there. And what I find so objectionable about this is again, and what I find so insidious about this is it's a call to self-imprisonment. Now, think of it this way. The state or powerful agents, powerful entities have have had for a long time, have had the power to grab you from where you're at, take you somewhere, throw you in some room, some cell, and keep you there, right? With talk of suspension of habeas corpus, of course, this all comes more into sharp relief. Well, that's one thing for the state to arrogate to itself the authority to take people away and put them somewhere, essentially imprison them, without with only the notion that, well, this is an emergency situation and we are acting in what is everyone's best interests, and so forth. Okay, that's one level of insidiousness, and that's nothing new. What it seems like this public service announcement is trying to do, and what makes it, again, so much more insidious, I guess insidious is the word of the day, is that it's conditioning you to imprison yourself. It's saying you must stay in this place that, well, in this case, it's your home. Okay, maybe it's a cozy little prison. It's familiar. It's not like being locked in a cell. Nevertheless, what they're telling you is you have to stay there, or else you're a bad person, or else you are a shameful person. And what they're doing is they're soliciting this shaming effort on the part of others. And people want to be a part of the herd. It's the way that we're programmed. It's the way that it's something inherent within us. We're herd animals. In some cases, that can be a good thing. But in many cases, such as this one, what can be the outcome of that is, and where I really see this going, and what really frightens me about this, is you're going to see situations where people leaving their home to go for a walk, to go somewhere that they need to go, or they want to go. It's nobody's business where they go. They freedom of movement is part of liberty itself, right? That doesn't mean you can trespass on private property, but you know what I'm saying. Generally speaking, you can come and go as you like if you are not a prisoner. What this public service announcement and the insidious notion behind it is, what it is inviting people to do, is to condition people to be imprisoned, to imprison themselves, or else be at the mercy of those who would shame them as reprobates for causing these health workers so much mischief and so much grief. They're heroically doing these tasks for all of us, and isn't the least we can do for them just to imprison ourselves? Can't we just do that for them? Is it really asking so much that we relegate ourselves to a 20 square foot area, or whatever, however large an area it is? Is it really asking so much that we relegate ourselves to this spot within our own walls, and that we remain within those walls until told otherwise? Well, yes, it is a big deal. And yes, it is asking too much. And no, you are not a reprobate. You are not a reprobate. You are not a bad person. You are not worthy of being shamed if you choose to leave your place of residence and go elsewhere. And this needs to be, this kind of, again, insidious propaganda needs to be combated. And I haven't heard anyone addressing it yet. So I'm hoping that someone who sees this will maybe feel inspired to get this message out there, because what they're doing is they're soliciting the shaming responses, and you know, they're soliciting the mob shame response, the mob shaming reflex, and it's all under the auspices of this fear mongering that's going on in this unprecedented manner, this thoroughly scurrilous manner. And again, it needs to be faced down, it needs to be combated, it needs to be defeated. And those are my thoughts on it. Thank you for watching. My name is Andy Nowicki. You can check out my work at altrightnovelist.com or lowstatusnovelist.blogspot.com.